Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Full Monty Show. Today's guest is the CF98 in 9mm. It's going to be a long one, so why don't we get started? Okay, let's start with the fuel stripping. Let's remove the magazine. And to remove the slide, you have to have this in interlock. They call that interlock, which is basically 1/8 of an inch of gap between the hammer and the slide. Okay, and then they suggest you use the magazine, the bottom of the magazine, to press the right side of the slide lock. Okay, this is the slide lock right here. Take that, just push it right in like that. And you should be able to reach with your hand and just wiggle this out. Now just make sure this doesn't fall off. Just put your thumb here and just pull this out. That's it right there. Okay, that's what it looks like. And then you should be able to separate the slide from the rest like that. Slide it forward. Okay, let's leave that there. And then you should be able to see a recoil and a base. This is where the base is where the cam rides on. Okay, and you can tell right there, you can tell right here, the cam is right there. Okay, and it basically changes, it rotates the barrel. Okay, here it is. Let me remove this. Okay, you just basically with your thumb push it forward and it should come back out. And the recoil spring should slide out along with the recoil guide rod. This is the recoil guide rod. Recoil spring. Let's put that there. This is, they call it the base. Okay, and this is where the cam rides on. That's where the barrel rotates. Here, I'm not going to remove the barrel yet. I want to show you what it looks like right here. This is the cam. These are the locking lugs. And you can tell if it goes this way, it's now engaged with the slide. You see the slide? Okay, they have a pair on each side right here. Now when it's straightened out, you can see it's disengaged with the slide, and therefore you can actually just move forward like this. See that? And you should then here this position, it ejects the casing. But here I'll put this back in and I'll show you. I'll do that again, this time with the base. Okay, when the base is all the way back, it's in the lock position. Okay, and the cam is on this side. Now once I move the base forward, as you can see, it's now moved to the other side, and I should now I should be able to eject the casing. Alright, got that done. Now once that is done, you have to remove this piece in the front. Okay, and to do that, it's very simple. Just take this piece. It's very similar to the 1911, and you just rotate it and it will come out. After that, you should be able to slide the barrel out of the slide. Now I want you to take a close look at the barrel. It's actually quite thin. It's rated for 8,000 rounds. Now, some of you guys are rather concerned about, oh my God, I mean, is there any spare barrel? Trust me, by the time you finish shooting 8,000 rounds, it would cost you almost like $3,000 in ammo. And at that point, what you do is just buy another one. Okay, it's not worth replacing this barrel. They're so cheap. It's not really worth replacing the barrel. The barrel will probably be like half the price of this, or almost what I paid for. But you can see here's the cam right there, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 sets or 4 pairs of these locks. Now I said the workmanship is pretty good. It's pretty good till you come to this part where you can tell they actually manually had to cut this, and there's an awful lot of markings on this, as you can tell. A lot of markings on them. You can tell that. Okay. Now this barrel is quite different than what the PLA uses. The PLA uses the 5.8 by 21. Of course, the 5.8, the diameter of the bullet is quite thin, thinner than 9mm, and so the barrel will be thicker. But also, the whole cam system and the locking system is completely different than this. Okay, so they're not interchangeable. The slide and this is not interchangeable with the 5.8. This is 9mm, so you can see that's what it looks like. So that is the difference between the 5.8 and the 9mm. It's completely different. They're not interchangeable. Over here, I'll better show you the slide a little bit better. Okay. Extractor. And this is the fire pin right there. And this is the fire pin safety right here. And these are the barrel locks inside. You can see 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 2 on the inside here, 2 pairs inside here, or 2 sets of pairs right there. So this is made out of steel. Okay, next thing we have to do is part of the field stripping is to also, which is unusual. Normally, if you had a high power, you would have just stopped right here. But you can go a little bit further on your field stripping by removing this FCG housing. Okay, and they work just very simple. You lift this up. Okay, you just hold this by this and just lift it up. Now make sure, and you're gonna have a little bit difficulty lifting it up, but okay, you just have to, it just lifts it up. I've done it before. Here it comes, and the trigger is in the way. Okay, and you sort of have to make sure that the hammer does not slide forward and hit it, but here it is, it comes out. Okay, now the manual says when the slide is not on this thing, do not pull the trigger. Well, that makes sense, because of course it'll start hitting all the mechanism. So that's basically it. This is as far as you go with the field stripping. And now I'll go a little bit further with the disassembling the mag, and also switching the mag catch. Alright, so let's start off with the mag. Okay, there's a little locking device right here. Press that down and move it forward, this padded base. You basically do like this, and then just press it in and push it forward with your thumb. But make sure your thumb is still there, because it's spring loaded. And this is the padded base, as you can tell. And here comes the spring. Okay. Notice the flat end, that goes to the back. The curve end, that goes to the front. And that comes out like that. and then this is the other piece of the pad. Comes straight forward, goes together, and press the follower, and this follower is, you see this piece right here, that's what restricts to 10 rounds. It stops them from going in down any further to allow you to put more rounds in. So that is your follower. Take a close look. Now you have to clean this. It doesn't get as dirty as before. Before you had these bigger holes on the side, and of course that'll get dirty. And the one the PLA uses, they have this really big viewing port. You know, they're actually, you know, like this is about like ½ inch wide, and the whole, almost the whole length of cutouts. I guess it's to make it lighter and also to see how many rounds you have. Now it holds up to 9mm, can hold up to 15 rounds, and the 5.8 can hold up to 20 rounds. Of course the PLA got 20 rounds. But this one you have to clean like once in a while. Okay, your normal cleaning. Now over here is the only thing that's in here is the magazine catch. Okay, and I'll show you how to switch that from the left side to the right side since I'm disassembling that. And I like the way this grip is shaped. It's because from here to here it's quite, there's a nice curve here, and then this is quite close. It kind of feels really comfortable, and the reason why they can do that is because unlike the Inglis and the Inglis high power, where there is a hammer spring that goes the whole length, the spine of the grip, this one, where is the hammer spring? There isn't one. No, actually there is. It's actually in the hammer. That's why this part can come really close. Okay, so now next thing I have to do is remove the magazine catch, and you can tell there is a magazine spring right here, okay. That has to be removed, and the way to do that, I will have to go get a tool and I'll be back. Okay, I got a skinny screwdriver, and here's this mag catch spring right here. It's a like a upside down U shape. What you need to do is compress the left side of the spring. Okay, you need to compress the left side of the spring because that's where the button is. Okay, that's where the tension is. Okay, so once you compress that, put the screwdriver in between the spring and the wall. Okay, and then use your cleaning rod, separates, remove this piece, okay, the one with the point. You'll need it. You'll need to use two tools. Once you put the screwdriver between the spring and the wall of the grip, turn it to release the tension. Okay, I have to put this down, otherwise I can't do it. Okay, squeeze that in. Now make sure it's a straight edge. Okay, and jab it in to the left side like I just did right there. Hope you can see it. Okay, now hold it down and turn to release the tension on the mag catch, and then put this in the U part of the spring and then pull it up. Okay, now it's coming up. I can feel it. You see that? I have pulled that up. Okay, and I'm going to make sure the mag catch doesn't fly off or the spring catch up. And I'm going to just pull it straight up. There it is. This is what the mag catch spring looks like. Okay, and this is what the mag catch looks like. Now here I want to show you something. What I just did is it actually sits like this inside the mag. Okay, so what I did is put the straight edge, jab it between the spring and the wall, and then I turned it. When I turned it, I compressed the spring even further, but out of the latch. You see that? It comes out of the latch. And once it comes out of the latch, I was able to hook it with the cleaning rod tool and pull it up. Alright, so that's how it's done. Now, I want to switch it over. Okay, it is like this. When you see this, this pattern on the mag catch, that's where you're supposed to compress. Okay, now you want it from this side. If you're lefty, you want it on this side. And so you would switch it around. Okay, now you put this one on this side, but that also means that the spring has to go on the other side. Okay, and to do that, now you have to have the spring compressed. And I'll have a little tool. It's a really sophisticated tool. And here it is. Okay, not so sophisticated. But what I did is put the spring in to help me compress the spring. Let me do that again. Okay, there it is. There's a sophisticated tool. It compresses the spring. Okay, now I'm going to put it in. Now, remember, it was like this. It was this end was on the left side, but now you have to turn it to make it on the right side. Okay, so it has to go on the right side. So now you got to do it this way. Now you got to slide. You want to make sure that this is centered, and make sure that this part is facing forward, and make sure that this groove right here, this groove right here is on the right side. Okay, so like this. So put it like that, and this notch, this little hook goes on the right side. So it goes like this. Slide it in all the way down. Now I have to put it down, otherwise I'm sorry you can't see it, but you need to use the screwdriver to hold the hook down so you can pull this tube up. Okay, let's do that again. Make sure I got the right side. Yes. Okay, so now I'm here. I'm going to hold this down. It's in. I'm going to pull this tube up. And I just, snapped up. I have to do that all over again. Booger. You have to do this quite a few times because of this tension of the spring. But I almost had it. I almost had it. Okay, let's do that again. Make sure it's lined up properly. Make sure the hook is now facing the right side. I'm going to put this on the hook and press it down. And hold it down. And I'm going to slide the tube up and out, but putting pressure still on the spring. And now I got the pressure on the spring. Now I'm going to slide the whole spring downwards. it's got caught somewhere. Oh, I see. It's actually, it got released. Now I'm going to put it back into, now I'm going to need this. Ah, there it is. It's snapped in. Okay. It's in now. Okay. Now test, make sure that's it's now functioned properly. Now I'm also going to test with the mag. Make sure that the mag notch this is on the right side. Oh, and it works. Great. See? There you have it. That's how you switch the mag catch from the left side to the right side by using a really sophisticated tool. Okay, I'm back. I'll quickly reassemble this for you. Okay, grab the magazine and the follower. Follower goes in like this. Okay, followed by the spring. This goes in next, and this part goes in like that. Okay. Now this. Let me put her down, and goes like that. Okay. And now push this piece all the way, I guess, down if you want, and then it snaps in place. Alright? Make sure that everything works. That's good. Okay, next. Now I already showed you how to put this back. Now remember, it says to put it in the interlocking position. However, I have a hard time putting it at the interlocking position, so I'm just going to have to work my way in. Okay, because I can't seem to get the trigger in, and so I'm just going to have to cock it and pull the trigger, and then it goes in, but always putting my finger on the hammer. Okay, now it's in. Okay, next let's reassemble the slide. Let's put the barrel in. The cam goes up. Alright. This muzzle piece. Okay. It's up here somewhere. And then turn it downwards like this. Okay. And then grab this piece, put it into the base. Okay, this is the base. Put that in. I have seen a rod with an extra buffer in it, but this one doesn't have it. But it does. I've seen on the internet. That was a cool thing to have. But this one, there isn't any. Okay, so remember this angular cutout. It's for the cam. Okay, so you basically put that in like that, and it sits. Push it in. Make sure you put your thumb over the spring so it doesn't jump on you, and then it sits on the cam. Make sure it's locked in like that. Continue to hold on to the recoil spring like this. Now slide it into the FCG housing. Okay. The base, slide into the housing like this. Okay, now you can let go. Okay. Now you're ready to put this in. It was a little sticky, but got it in. Put the locking slide in. Make sure everything's fine. Yep. Put the mag in. Okay. And it should hold open. Everything is good. By the way, that star on the handle means it's 9mm. The 5.8 doesn't have it. So there you have it. Thank you very much for joining me, and please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much.